pass you over to Emma.
Thank you. I'm a recovered relapser.
Hey,
Yeah, thanks for chairing the meeting, man. It's nice to be here. Bit full of fear, I'm just to get that out there. But yeah, do you know, that's what I did. Do you know, for many years, I relapsed. Do you know, trying to find a way, thinking my way out of this problem. Do you know, when I started taking drugs, you know, I loved the effects produced by it. Do you know, I'd arrived. Do you know, drugs did for me what I couldn't do for myself. You know, and then slowly, you know, I started getting consequences. You know, and you know, I get into heroin and crack cocaine, and I'm realising now, you know, I don't like rattling and you know, not having money for it all the time, and you know, all these little things, and then my family find out, and you know, so there it is, off to detox, first detox that I'm off, you know, and I really thought, you know, that detox is going to fix me, do you know, like detox 5 is they put you to sleep for 5 days, you don't feel anything, you know, I came out, and I was on blockers for a while, and I didn't really want to take those nitrexol tablets, you know, and you know, just I thought I'd go see a friend, you know, and she was using heroin, you know. In that moment, I forgot that I didn't want to do it no more. I didn't want to rattle, you know. I didn't want to upset my family. There was no thought process in that moment. I just did it, you know, like carelessly. Put it back in and into my system, back using again, you know. And I kept doing this, you know, getting back in this like cycle of insanity, you know, like repeating the same thing, but I was expecting different results every time. You know, thinking that I can control it, you know, I'll just have one, you know, and not realising, you know, it was kind of controlling me. So that, you know, so I looked at like ways to get out of this situation. I thought, you know, well, if I don't hang around with these friends because they take heroin, I'll hang around with these friends, you know, I'll be all right. And then I started taking their drugs, what they're doing, and then I realised, you know, they aren't really doing what heroin did for me, so I'm going to go, you know, I end up using, you know, moving out of the area, you know, I moved to Tomiden to my aunties, you know, they took my car off me and everything, but still, you know, I didn't know what I suffered with, you know, and it was a long time as well, you know, I was in addiction for like 18 and a half years, and I didn't have a clue, you know, why I kept putting that first one in. You know, I moved to Scotland, got a new job, you know, seen psychiatrists, psychotherapists, you know, and I'd be able to stop, you know, I was really good at stopping. You know, the only problem I had was I was an even better starter, you know, and that was it, you know. So, you know, I fell pregnant, and I thought, right, this is going to keep me stopped now, you know, you know, this amazing, beautiful child that I'm going to have, and I'm going to stop. And, you know, I used all the way through that pregnancy, you know, not knowing how to stop. You know, I might stop for a couple of days and, you know, then start again. You know, like brief moments of recovery. My little boy was born. He had to be weaned off methadone. I was going into care. And I remember I signed myself out of the hospital because I couldn't sleep. And my mum says, you know, don't use, don't use. And I said, I'm not. I'm really not going to do it. I'm not. I'm just going to go see a friend. Do you know? And you know, as soon as I bumped into that friend, you know, my mind twists, and I'm like, yeah, do you know, let's get a bit of crack and heroin. Do you know? So you know, this cycle kept happening, and you know, I managed to get my son back at 9 months, and you know, I got into a different fellowship, and I'm trying to like maintain recovery. And you know, when I got my son back, I had to sign a piece of paper with social services saying that I'm not going to use. You know, like sign my life away. you know, and I didn't want to. I really didn't. I didn't want to carry on doing it. But you know, when that thought came, you know, sometimes I thought of the consequences. You know, it's, well, you know, there's a chance I could lose my son if I carry on doing that. Do you know? But that did not hold me in check. The thought of losing my beautiful little boy after I'd just got him back didn't hold me in check. That's pretty fucked up. Do you know what I mean? That insane idea wins out again. You know, the fact that I think that I'll just have one. Maybe I'll get away with it this time, or, you know, it'll be all right, you know. And obviously, you know, the results were, you know, I lost my child again. You know, I always remember, you know, I was in court and he was going to get adopted. And my mum was going for special guardianship, and the social worker and the guardian of the child were totally against us having it. And I prayed to God and I said, God, just, you know, please don't get my son adopted. I'm going to sort my life out now. You know, luckily, you know, they favoured my mum, and she has my son now. And you know, we got out of court. We were in court for about 6 or 7 hours. Got out of court. She dropped me off home. I was with a friend. And in that moment, you know, I'm ringing a dealer, scoring 2 of each. Do you know what's going on there? I should say what's not going on. Do you know, because I just said that I wasn't going to do that. You know, all these consequences. I said, you know, I didn't want to do this no more. You know, and I was baffled. You know, I was baffled, you know, and, you know, I came into this fellowship and I realised that, you know, I didn't have no answers. You know, I knew how to lie, cheat, steal, manipulate. I didn't know how to live life without using substances. You know, I didn't have a clue. And, you know, before, when you know, in another fellowship, I was like, yeah, I know, you know, to my sponsors on the phone, and she says, but you don't fucking know though. And I was like, yeah, do you know what I mean? But this time I'd been beaten to a place where, you know, I was ready to do what was suggested of me. Do you know, and, you know, I found out that, you know, I don't have no power to prevent relapse, you know. You know, my willpower, you know, is practically non-existent, you know, like what the reading says. You know, I forget at certain times, you know, the pain, the suffering, humiliation. I said I won't do it again. I forget that, you know, I've got no effective mental defence against that first one. So, you know, I came in here, I came in to see her, got a sponsor, got a big book, started praying and meditating. You know, I remember saying, you need to surrender. I didn't even know how to surrender. I never backed down to anything or anyone. Do you know, so I like, can you tell me how do I surrender? And she just said, you know, just say, I'm done with drinking drugs today. Like, cool, yeah, do you know. And I was like under this illusion that if I do A, B, C, D, then I'm not going to relapse. And that wasn't my experience, you know. I came in and, you know, I had to go to Scotland and do a rattle, and then I came back to Halifax, and we'd gone through the first 1, 2 and 3, and I was ready to go on my 4, and something happened in my life, and, you know, I really didn't want to use heroin, I really didn't, you know, but all of a sudden it just like, you know, a plausible reason to pick a beer up, you know, drink's not my problem, I'm alright. And like, I vaguely sense that maybe I should ring my sponsor right now, and, you know, but I thought I'd be alright. Do you know what I mean? It's just a drink. Do you know, I had 3 drinks, and then I was ringing a dealer, scoring heroin, and then, you know, that next morning I'm like, you know, what's happened, you know, and we carefully went over my relapse, you know, because, yeah, I do some pretty insane things while I'm using, but the most insane thing is putting that first one in. You know, that's the most insane thing I do. You know, it's like I've lost that power of control. Do you know, I've got willpower in other areas. You know, I stop myself moving in front of a fast-moving car, or, do you know, if someone tells me to do something, you know, I can say, no, I'm not going to do that. But when it comes to drugs, you know, I've got no willpower, do you know, I'm a mind, do you know, even sometimes thinks of the consequences and sometimes it doesn't. Do you know, that's pretty fucked up. Do you know, I'm sorry that I'm, swearing, but it's fucked. My thinking is fucked. And I, you know, for a long time, you know, I'm trying to think my way out of this problem and not understanding it is actually my thinking that is the problem, do you know. So, yeah, you know, I got another 8-9 days. And then that insane idea comes back that, you know, just get a bag of heroin and what. You know, this time I didn't think of the consequences at all. You know, totally forgot that I were in CA, that I got a sponsor, working 12 steps, that I had a child and after my mum and, you know, all that. And then next morning, back on the phone, I fused again, you know, like baffled, do you know what I mean? Because I just thought that I'll come into here, get a big book and go through this work and that's it, I'm not going to relapse no more. Do you know, and, you know, get another 8-9 days. And then I went again. And you know, I always remember my sponsor saying to me, you know, your son's going to end up putting soil in your coffin. And I was like, I thought, you selfish coward, I didn't even think of your child. Not one thought of, you know, that beautiful little boy. You know, and, you know, I was disturbed and, you know, she said, you know, but if you get a thought to use, you'll probably forget that. And you know what? Another 8-9 days again. And I was with some friends and they had a couple of prayer gabs and went, do you want one? And I was like, oh yeah, thanks. Threw it in my mouth like a smarty. Forgot again. You know, it's like I've got amnesia. Do you know, when it comes to using, you know, I totally forget where it's took me. Do you know, and it's took me to some dingy places. To the point where I want to die because I can't stop using, and you know, I tried killing myself, and the fact that, you know, I've overdosed from injecting heroin, do you know what I mean? And I forget all that, and I forget about my child, you know, and you know, that's the problem, do you know, my thinking, you know, I've got no power, do you know, and if, you know, I always thought that if I do this, then I'm going to be all right. And, you know, I had to like sit back and take guidance and go through this 12-step process. And, you know, something happened to me, you know, and I've not had nothing to do with that. You know, I've got like this power in my life now. And relapse has stopped, you know, and I've got that serial relapse, so I just kept, you know, I remember my mum, you know, when I got to about 6 months, she went, do you know what, Emma, I didn't think you were going to get recovery. I really didn't think you were going to get it. I hoped you would, but, you know, I didn't think you would. Do you know, and, you know, today that woman's got freedom, you know, peace of mind, that I'm not in some dingy crack house, trying to inject drugs and wanting to die. Do you know, and, you know, I've got freedom from, you know, coming around you guys and watching you guys and listening, and for you guys to show me a new way to live. And you know, I'm so grateful, you know, the people that came before me and also the people that come after me as well. You know, through going through this work, you know, I now I carry this message and help other addicts. You know, in different ways. You know, we just went into a H&I detox this morning, and you know, there were a girl in there that I used with like 15 years ago, and you know, the fact that we've gone in and we've chaired this meeting and we've exchanged numbers, that she'll come out and give us a call and we can go to a meeting. Do you know, and yeah. You know, I was very selfish, and you know, at the beginning of my using it, and now it's not even about me. It's what I can do for other people, and it's, you know, it's a beautiful thing to be part of this fellowship. And I kind of rambled on now, so I'll leave it there.
Thank you. Thank you.